everyone knows that all top 10 search results are full of quality content, right? Are you sure? What if I told you that's not always the case? Hi, I'm Mike Phillips. In this lesson, we'll be discussing how to find keywords that have a lack of high-quality content in the top 10. As always, we'll debunk some common misconceptions and discuss important business impacts. I'll give you 3 key areas to focus on and pitfalls that you should avoid. And lastly, there'll be homework to practice what you've learned. Let's get started. As I alluded to in the intro, not all top 10 SERP results are full of high-quality content. This is an enormous business opportunity. Finding the results in the top 10 that have low quality can give you a chance to rank amongst big-name websites by outmaneuvering them by providing higher quality content for those queries. This strategic approach is especially valuable in sectors like finance and tech that have huge players with a lot of authority crowding out the top 10. So let's talk about 3 key areas you can focus on to help you use quality content to break into the top 10 for these keywords. The first area I'd like you to consider is the strategic approach of analyzing a blog that you know is low authority. Why would we look at a blog that has low performance? Shouldn't we be modeling our SEO strategy after high-performing content and high-performing sites? Yes, but there's a great deal of opportunity by analyzing low-authority blogs too. And here's why. Analyzing low overall authority blogs is a goldmine for you to find low-competition keywords. Keywords that are not competing on quality, and that's how you can break into the top 10. Now, to implement this strategy, you need to have a good sense of how low the authority of a given site is. To do this, I recommend cross-referencing several tools to get an average authority ranking. Various third-party tools like Moz, Ahrefs, Majestic, and SEMrush will give you a quantifiable number as a grade for authority. You can do this for domains that you don't own, and I recommend doing it in all 4. When you have numbers that you can average, it avoids any sort of biases or skewing that one tool may have over another. This gives you an average number that is more likely to be closer to how Google interprets the authority on a given site. To give you a general benchmark to work off of, I recommend a domain authority and a trust flow of below 20 and a domain rating of less than 6. In this range, you'll find a blog that is usually performing poorly on keywords, and if it is in the top 10, that is a sign that it is ripe to be outcompeted with better quality content. Once you've established a target of your analysis, use the same tools to analyze which keywords this site is ranking for. You'll also get a keyword difficulty score, which will give you a sense of which keywords are harder or easier to pursue. All in, this is how you set yourself up for an analysis to know which keywords are somehow appearing in the top 10 with poor quality content. Treat this as an opportunity for you to take strategic action to advance the ranking of your site and your content. The second area I want you to focus on is a strategy called validating volume. Now, we know that some words are extremely high search volume, oftentimes also high competition. One thing you could consider is creating a combination of keywords that you rank for that total a sufficient amount of volume and therefore could be competitive as a strategy. When you consider that you can more easily rank for slightly lower volume keywords, if you create a strategy to rank for multiples of them, you may equal or exceed the traffic on higher volume search terms. I recommend you use a tool like SEMrush to find a collection of keywords under the same topic that total up to more than 400 searches per month. Ubersuggest and Ahrefs are great cross-reference tools to make sure that you're not getting a skewed or biased number. If all 3 tools agree that your collection of keywords under that topic exceed 400 searches per month, this is a viable cluster of keywords for you to rank for. Building content on a single page that rank for this cluster of keywords give you the chance to outrank more authoritative pages on more popular, higher traffic searches. This is how you can break into the top 10 because you are edging out the other competition that is not pursuing those keywords correctly or with quality content. The third area you can focus on is a strategy that's a little more manual and this is using the all-in title search term. To be specific, I mean all-in title colon with no spaces, and then immediately adjacent to the colon, add your keyword. This text structure is a useful search term to identify all listed articles that have your keyword in the title tag. What you want to look for is a keyword producing less than 60 results that has that keyword in the title tag. This indicates a low volume of competition. If you do use this tactic, I have a few points of caution. Remove filler words like a, and, the, etc. Those sorts of filler words can crowd out and create a false sense of higher volume. One other thing to be aware of is that this search term can get hung up on equivalence, things that Google sees as identical. For example, top SEO course and best SEO course will be used interchangeably, but this term is a literal match term. That means whatever you put after the colon, especially if you put it in quotations, will produce only exact matches. You can use more advanced search syntax if you want to get more specific, including wildcard asterisks, not, or, and other Boolean logic. Now that we've covered 3 strategic approaches that you can use to help break into the top 10 when there's low quality content, I want to give you some pitfalls that you should be careful of avoiding. I've mentioned a few areas that can trip you up when implementing these strategies. It bears repeating. It's worth using multiple tools across multiple third-party providers to be able to get an average sense of performance, authority, competition, etc. No one tool is perfect, but if you average several, you wind up getting a more general estimate. These are valuable because they're more likely to be closer to how Google interprets the results. The second pitfall is that you can waste a lot of time and money by not accurately determining which keywords to go after. Competing on quality is a smart strategy, but it's almost impossible to compete on quality alone with high volume, high authority sources, especially in industries like tech and finance that are very crowded with very competent SEO strategy. Instead, focus on building a keyword cluster under a single topic and ranking for that cluster within a single article. This is a great way to circumvent those high volume, high competition keywords. Now that you're aware of key strategies as well as pitfalls, I want to give you some homework to practice what you've learned. Go back through this video and implement each of the 3 key areas. I want you to identify and analyze a low authority blog. Identify which keywords it's ranking for that are putting it in the top 10 and outmaneuver it with higher quality content. If you determine that some of the keywords it's ranking for are lower volume, develop a topic keyword cluster, a single topic with multiple keywords that add up to a sufficient volume. Then create content that addresses that cluster in a single piece. Work to make that page rank next. Lastly, analyze the volume of results that you can find of pages that are currently ranking with your desired keyword in the title tag. This strategy could be used cyclically to bring you back to new potential targets for further analysis. If those results happen to be lower authority, you're ripe to outmaneuver them with high quality content. Congratulations, you've reached the end of this video. We've covered how to find keywords that have top 10 results that are populated with low quality content. We've talked about the business opportunity of outmaneuvering them with better quality, 3 key strategies you can use to achieve this goal, pitfalls to avoid, and you've had the chance to practice it. Although you've just learned this skill, you will develop a muscle memory and greater competence with the strategy we've covered here the more you practice it. Implementing this for your business is a great way to begin getting more efficient at the process of identifying low competition keywords with low quality content and outmaneuvering them into the top 10. Thank you so much for learning with me. I'm Mike Phillips, and remember, just because a page is in the top 10 search results does not mean it is there because it has high quality content. What it does mean is that you have an opportunity to apply better strategy to outrank them with better quality.